Well, good morning. Well, at least it's morning for me. So it's a bit cold outside, but we're getting ready in this 8-week class to get to the second part of week 2. Now, I sort of divided up the weeks, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B. So as we move on through 2B, I just want to give you a heads up of what should be completed by the end of this week. Because in an 8-week class, things move really fast, and so you'll have to stay with it, keep on top of it, otherwise it'll get out of control. It's hard to reel it back in. But just looking at the end of this week, you'll have completed reading quiz number 4. You will have also completed the discussion board 2B, which is the 4th one for these 8 weeks. Also, you will have done the first lecture quiz. Now, the other thing you can get started on, if you haven't already, is map number 1. So get started on that. In fact, I encourage you to do it. Send it to me. I'll look it over. Looks good. I'll send it back and say, looks good. You've got it done. Get you 10 points. If you do it and you're off a couple places, I'll send it back. And if it's before the due date, which I think is later on, about 3B, you can correct it. I'll send it back. You can correct it, get full points. That'd be the way to do it. Also, it's important to understand that when you do the reading quiz, before you do the reading quiz, you have that reading guide. That's for your use. Don't have to turn that in. But when you're reading, fill that in, take it with you into the reading quiz, or when you do it online, and use those answers to help you out. Get a 10 pretty much every time. Always understand, if you do mess up on one of the reading quizzes, you certainly can take a second shot at it. The highest grade you'll get will be, if you make a perfect score, would be only 8, would be a B. If you make an 8 on the first attempt, no need to try a second attempt. Certainly if you make a 9, certainly don't even need to do a second attempt. You're welcome to, but it won't improve your grade at all. You'll just get the 9, or if you get an 8, that's what you'll get. On the discussion boards, I noticed a couple of you are dropping below 150 words on some of your responses to the students. Don't do that. Your points come down. Instead of getting 10, you'll get 7, sometimes 6. And if it's really well under 100, it'll be down to a 5. And those are pretty important points. So don't let yourself get caught doing less than 150 words for every response. Remember, you got your initial response, then your response to 2 of the other students. Anyway, you guys are doing great. I'm glad you're in the class. We've got a full 20 people at this point, and so I hope you're learning some things. Boy, if you have any suggestions for me to help you or do better, don't hesitate to send me an email. Some of you are doing great, just emailing me whenever you have a question. Always like to say there's no dumb question. So you can always send me any question. I'll certainly respond to it. And I just want you to do well in this class. The main thing is just keep up with the work. It's not hard. The main thing is just to set aside at least an hour, maybe or 2 each night. Certainly probably won't be an hour or 2. I think you do everything easily in an hour or less. If you do it every night, that's the key. And enjoy it. Just enjoy the class, enjoy what you're doing in life. Some of you have got some incredibly busy schedules. I commend you for keeping up. But again, I'm here to help you. I want you to do well, and I want you to enjoy it. And of course, like you, I bet I'd like to see you all get A's. I have no problem giving out A's. I just won't give them to you. You really do have to earn them. So I hope things are going well for you. I hope you're learning a little bit, not only about the New Testament, but of course, one of my desires is you'll actually learn about God himself, a wonderful, loving Father, and his son, Jesus. Hope you learn about the Holy Spirit, and we'll learn more about that as we get into the book of Acts. But it's amazing. We'll be doing the book of Luke and the book of John, just 2 lectures for this week. I'm sure that won't be a big disappointment for you. The book of Luke is the only gospel, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that was written by someone who wasn't Jewish. He was a Gentile. He's actually a doctor. So I guess you could say he's somewhat of a scientist. he is very accurate in what he wrote. You can see that in the first few 4 verses of his book. So I hope you enjoy going through the Gospels. You're particularly learning more about Jesus, and hope this is bringing encouragement to you as a student in your life as well. So again, any questions? Love to hear from you. Email's probably the most effective, but please feel free to text me, or if you'd like to call. I'm not always close to my phone or I'm in a meeting. I'll certainly get back to you. But anyway, appreciate you being in the class, and I hope you're having a great day today.